Hey, how's it going? Well, just a little update on what we're doing here at the farm. We have an old disc that we are breaking up about the top inch or two, maybe even 3 around. This is our little test plot area. You can see it's it'll be all right to plant seed in. That's what we're getting it ready for, but the ground's so darn hard we can't plant seed in it. And now we're over here. This, about a 1/4 acre. I think you can see where I've disked it up. I went over it 4 or 5 times. This probably broke up here again 3 or 4 inches deep in some places, maybe not even an inch in others. We're going to plant this 1/4 acre in sunflowers for our bees. It's one of those things that supposedly supposed to help them, like a natural antibiotic, help them fight disease and all that kind of stuff. And we got a bush hog that over there. We're going to clean these trees up. We're going to go ahead and take them out, and those little elm trees over there. And hang on, I'll show you something else we got going. This here was an old garden spot. And for some reason they'd cut a little drainage ditch right there, and it made this little field. Of course, you can see it's little, about maybe an acre and a half, but it has some pretty good grass in it, so we wanted to use it. So we've got that filled in, used my box blade and the front end loader on my tractor. Got that took care of. But we come across some other things over here we got to get rid of. When they terraced that little garden out, some stumps, little stumps right there and right here, that when I tried to tear that terrace out, one little tractor wouldn't do that. So we're going to have to get something a little stouter. We'll get this terrace tore out and make this field a little bit easier to bale. That tree's coming out. That tree there has never had a plum on it, so it's coming out. These little elm trees all the way up to that cedar tree. We're going to leave that cedar tree. We're going to take them little elms out. Alright, so when we bought this place, we didn't realize that it had been an old junkyard or something, and when they sold all the junk off of it, they scalped about 8 inches of dirt off the top to clean it up, and that's why we're in the shape we're in. But we didn't know all that when we bought it, because that happened many years ago. But anyway, where they scalped it, it had a ledge. This over here was a foot taller than this over here. So I took my box blade and cut that down so that we could more easily manage it. Here's my neighbor's junk, but it's a mess. But anyway, I done that all the way around. I don't know if you would be able to see or not, but right there, I don't know, let me see here. You can kind of get a sense of what they've done. When you see that grass is right here is a little bit higher than it is over here. That's how much topsoil they took off this place. And over there you'll see another little spot where I've done the same thing. Hang on a minute. Alright, so this here probably shows it even better, but you can kind of see where I've cut that down. That was This over here is about a foot taller than this over here. And so we've cut it down so make it a little easier to manage. But when we bought this, we didn't realize that, because all of this looked like that. That's what that looked like when we bought this place. And I spent 2 years cleaning it up, making it look like this, but we ain't done yet. Hang on a minute. All right, here I have taken my box blade and just gently ran it over to take those tractor tires, dozer marks out of it. You can kind of see there's dozer mark right here, dozer trail, dozer trail, dozer trail. So I knocked them down with my box blade, spread them back out, smoothed it out, and this right here, I'm gonna say a half acre, maybe an acre, maybe. But knocked it down, done the same thing with my box blade, and just gently, without, as you can see, I tried not to uproot all the grass. But this here was so darn bumpy, you couldn't hardly drive your tractor over it, and it is considerably smoother now. And I'm not quite done with it. We're going to plant winter wheat out here, and we're going to disc it and plant that winter wheat. Then when we, in March, we'll just disc the winter wheat back into the ground, because you can see that ground pretty poor. It needs some help, a lot of rocks. And we'll get it all took care of, and hopefully after we disc in the winter wheat, we're going to plant big blue stem and Indian grass, because they're native to Arkansas, and so they are to handle our hot and dry summers. And so we'll get that took care of. That pine tree right there, I think we hadn't decided if we're going to leave it or not, because in 5 years it'll be big enough to harvest, and we're going to harvest all of these along the edge of the field, the pine trees that are out in that, and the pine trees that are up there by the barn. And so we'll probably leave that one, even though it's jacking up my hay field. But whenever they dozered this, they didn't plant anything in it, they just let it go back natural. And it's got a washout right here that I had to fill in, a little one. But we got 3, you can see them out here. There's 1, 2, and 3 washes that we've got to work on, and they're not fun. They're not fun at all. But we got to get those washes took care of, and we're going to fill them in, disc it, and try to plant winter wheat and take care of all the craziness. But this field is full of little bitty washes, like washboard going through there. You can kind of see right up in here where I have used my box blade, knocked a little lobe down, spread it out, and that's kind of that's this winter's deals. Anyway, this here kind of run on, but just kind of show you what's going on, and man, it's getting better every day.